Alright, you lovely, wonderful people. I'm going to do a drive time video because I don't have time to sit down in front of a green screen and do whatever for you guys. Right, let's talk about this, right? So we know that the SVB bank went down, right? The Silicon Valley Bank, that went down in the weekend or around Friday it went down. We've got Signature Bank, which is another crypto related bank, gone down again. Circle had issues with the liquidity. Obviously they fixed it, done whatever. They probably rebalanced their algorithm and said, oh look, we have exact amount, so now they've done whatever. Anyway, so situation is look, we've got all of this drama going on, and you know, for me, when I look at this, I just see something. I'm like, okay, there's a lot of drama with money. Why do we need so much drama with money? Why can't money just be money? We've accepted the fact that governments and banks create this promissory note, sorry, my bad, where, you know, they promise to pay the bearer XYZ, right? So that's what we have. So we've accepted your paper money. We've accepted your fake money, right? We've accepted your Ponzi. So why so much drama? Full stop, right? But no, it's not, because they still want to control. So current situation that they have, they can see that cryptocurrency itself is a very big ecosystem. We're growing every day. We are not planning to stop at all. So they don't like that, right? They don't like that. They can see that the technology is so powerful, the technology is growing so rapidly that we could take over the current monetary system because we're better, we're more efficient, we're faster, we're 24/7. We don't need you know, hundreds and thousands of people working globally in bank systems in order to just, you know, make transfers happen, right? You know, move money from one section to another. We don't need human interaction. We can trust the code and we can basically move with that. So that's the situation, right? And they don't, we're a big threat. Cryptocurrency is a big threat, so they want to take cryptocurrency down as much as possible. There was a funny joke, right? And I call it a joke because you've got the Commodities Futures Exchange, CFTC, whatever, right? You got them, they're fighting against the SEC about control over who controls crypto. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? When did cryptocurrency become controllable? When did cryptocurrency become controllable? Doesn't make any sense, right? But that's what's happening right now. These government bodies that have been put there to protect people and protect people's livelihood are fighting for control on who controls cryptocurrency. How stupid is that? And we, the stupid people, are allowing this to happen. I mean, come on, guys, come on, sort yourselves out, right? I mean, here's another good one, right? SVB Bank, whatever it is, right? You know, bought T-bills, right? Whatever the bills are, those treasury bills, bought a whole bunch of treasury bills, XYZ, realized they can't provide liquidity, so they just screwed, they went belly up and they just like said, okay, we're going to do a voluntary liquidity, right? Or I mean, we're going to liquidate ourselves voluntary. So they did that. Fine, okay, I'm not too fussed about that. So that happened. But what people forget, especially in the crypto industry, right, that guys, we've had everyone shake up. We've got Joe Biden, this, that, whatever, everyone coming out. We've got the Federal Reserve coming out and saying how they want to protect and how they want to help these banks come out of the problems. Anyway, obviously the one that's going to have a voluntary thing, nothing's going to happen to that one. But the point is they're coming in and they're trying to help these, they're basically bailing out the banks, right? So that's what they're doing, they're bailing out these banks. Now the funny thing is look, what people forget is cryptocurrency, we were at $3 trillion, we lost $2 trillion, we do $200 billion losses per day. No one's come to bail us out, and yet look at us, we're still here, right? And you got panic in the markets, right? People doing bank runs, right? It's absolute craziness, right? Talking about bank runs, I can guarantee you in the future you will not be able to do any bank runs, because in the future you're not going to be able to go to a counter and say give me my cash, because it's not going to exist, right? And I mentioned something on Discord as well. I said look, there's always going to be a form of alternative currency. What it is, I don't know, right? But there will always be some form of an alternative currency. There's been an accident here, that's why there's slow traffic, police, everything here. Anyway, so there's always going to be a form of alternative currency, and end of the day, people, you know, they need that. Put it this way, we all need an alternative currency, whatever happens, right? We need that. Now, whether it's going to be Bitcoin, whether it's going to be Ethereum, whether it's going to be something else, I don't know. Maybe a brand new stable currency, I don't know, right? There's going to be situations where we definitely need one. Now, when it comes to stable coins, it's a big problem, right? Currently, stable coins is a big problem because one of the biggest problems we got with stable coins, right? So we have, I'm just going to give it on top of my head, I think it's 182 countries, right? Everybody has their own currency, and we have only one type of stable coin, and that stable coin is USD. Hold on, why do we have one stable coin that's based on the USD? Why don't we have a peg on every single currency around the globe? You know, that's the question I ask, because that solves the problem, because we have created one point of failure. We should never have one point of failure. That's what's happening right now. Anyway, so that's one of the things, right? So people actually suffered where people could not transact with their USDC when things went wrong, when the belly went up, or when everything went wrong. So this is the kind of stuff that you have to understand, that look, end of the day, you know, you can't have one point of failure. This is the whole banking system, is one point of failure. Each country has its own point of failure. So we need to kind of counter that with multiple currencies, multiple pegs. Of course, different countries have different jurisdictions, different countries have different laws regarding cryptocurrency and regarding probably even stable currency. So my suggestion is go to a country and find the most universal currency, right? Means that they don't have embargoes, they don't have any issues with any other government, and they're crypto friendly, and they allow you to actually have a complete banking system there. Because what people forget also is America, USA is not the world. We have a global presence there. There's a whole wide world out there, not just one country. So cryptocurrency doesn't have to be limited because of USD or anything to do with USA, right? We are global, so we should be able to transact and do whatever we need to do globally. And that means that if we have to move operations over to another country, and if USA doesn't want the innovation, right, and they want to be losers, by all means be losers, be trapped in your own country because of your own government and the government rules. And then you have your SEC and whatever fighting amongst themselves for control over cryptocurrency. What the hell, right? So that's what I'm looking at anyway, right? So I can go on forever, and trust me, it just heats me up, right? But that's what's happening. So my advice is, let's find a country where banking regulation is not that strict, where I mean, we need it to be strict, obviously, but we don't want it to be an enemy of crypto. We want it to be easy to transact. So I think that's what we need. We need a country where we can go and have a complete banking system, create something very similar to what you know, what do you call this? What was the other bank we lost recently? Silvergate, right? Create something similar to what Silvergate did, where we were able to transact 24 hours a day. That's what we need. We need another Silvergate, but in a better country. And of course, we want controls over what they do with their funds. So if this bank's sole purpose is to transact one-to-one basis, then that's what happens, right? If there's $1, it gives you $1. If there's not, it doesn't. So that's what we need to do, and create a basket of currency rather than rely on one USD or USDT or USDC or whatever. We do not need one specific type of currency. We want as many as possible. I mean, for God's sake, look at this, right? We've got central bank digital currency coming out, and the fact is they're not creating just one currency for the world. No. Every country is creating its own cryptocurrency, sorry, its own CBDC, right? In fact, some of the countries are leveraging the bridging technology that we have amongst blockchains and are actually using cryptocurrency technology to build their own CBDC coins, right? Some countries are using Algorand, some countries are using Ethereum, some countries are using God knows what, but the point is they're all using these EVM compatible chains. You got to wonder why, right? So that's what's happening. They're not creating the same one. They didn't all come together and say, we're going to build the same one, because there is still differences. There is plenty of differences on this planet, right? An Indian man calls himself an Indian. A Chinese man calls himself a Chinese. They don't call themselves human beings. And this is the problem, right? So the same thing, everybody, because of those differences that we have, right? Everyone's creating their own CBDC for their own country, for their own benefit, because we're not equal. right? We're not equal. We need to be equal in order to for us to have one global government and one global system where we can have a currency, global currency, right? And believe me, I know a lot of people might say, well, hold on, what's this guy's talking about? He's talking about new world order, one world order. Absolutely. I don't see a problem with a one world order if it creates equality and if it creates a one universal currency. That changes everything, right? That's how I look at this, right? So for me, I embrace it. If it comes, I embrace it. But it's going to be a while before it comes, because the only way right now for it to come is by total domination, right? Which means war, hunger, you know, people dying and all of that. That's not the right way to do it. I think if the global government came together and created a situation or some sort of a solution and said, look, let's become partners in this, right? Let's not have differences anymore. Let's not have inequality anymore. Let's not have elites, right? The mega rich and the mega poor. Let's not have that, right? Let's not have working class, working ants, right? Let's not have them, because that's what it is. You're just a bunch of ants, right? Everybody is. I am. Everyone is, right? So let's not do that. Let's become a united nation, truly global, united global, humanity, right? Because look, we want to do so much more. We want to get out there. We want to go explore. We want to go out the planet. We want to do so many. We want to grow as a humanity, but we can't do that right now, right? With all the differences that we have. You can't have it because there's too many self-motivated or self-interested situations out there where, you know, one country wants to do this and they want to be the ultimate and the more powerful and whatnot and this, that. And there's a lot of this going on. That's because of testosterone and ego, right? Full stop. Too many people have too much ego. People just don't want to accept humanity as one whole thing. They just want to have differences, right? That's a problem. We shouldn't have this. So I know I'm going on about this in a pretty crazy way and I'm probably just blabbering a little bit, but the point is, look, that's how I see certain things, right? That's the whole thing, the solution to all of this. We can't rely on one currency, and if we did, then that whole globe should be on that one currency, then we're fine, right? But other than that, we've got a situation where in the crypto industry we've created this one stable currency which has the power to impact the whole industry, right? Which has the power for regulators and everybody to come in. What happened to the point where we wanted to be decentralized, peer-to-peer money? What happened, right? Bitcoin's original white paper, what was the whole intention? The intention was not to have regulators involved, not to have our banks involved, right? Where if you and I want to transact, we should be able to transfer funds between ourselves and transfer goods between ourselves. That's what it was designed for. What happened to those days? When did we get regulated? When did we have all of those things coming in? Now we have exchange dramas, right? For example, some exchanges are being put into courts and, you know, there's charges against them, XYZ, whatever, right? And I'm talking about KuCoin specifically. Oh, you've sold unregistered securities, XYZ, whatnot, this and that, right? Great, I don't have a problem with that. But when did we give everything over to these institutions? When did we let institutions control cryptocurrency? And that's what's happening. All these mega big exchanges, or whatever, the popular exchanges, let's just say that way, right? We've got hundreds of them, right? You know, probably about 500-600 exchanges, and probably many more that we don't even know about. But the point is there's all these exchanges that have come in. I'm talking about centralized ones, not decentralized, who have come on and now are being regulated and then causing more panic in the market. When did we give them the right to do this? When did cryptocurrency become this regulated body? When? Right? That's not what Satoshi's vision was. Satoshi never wanted this. Satoshi wanted a decentralized ecosystem which is self-governing, right, and distributed. When did we become centralized? These are the questions that I ask myself. So for that reason, when all the shit hits the fan, literally, right? When everybody gets covered in shit, right? I'm going to be in BTC because that was the original coin. It's still stuck to its original methodology. And I think it still has the opportunity to help, right, people. And I'm talking about, like, I know a lot of people talk about BTC, the price has gone up. Well, here's a funny fact. When BTC was 50k, people said price has gone up. When BTC was 60k, oh, it's too high. When 65k, it's too high. When we went to 15k, too high. 16K too high. Anything below 20K too high. When is it not high for you? What do you expect? What do you want? Do you want $1 BTC? Fine. Then we might have to create 8 billion Bitcoin. We don't do that. Bitcoin was created to have only 21 million coins, right? And if you look at the global population, we just don't have enough for one BTC for one person. We just don't have it. So what you have to understand, when the big global adoption comes in, and I'm not talking about institutions. Institutions were the worst idea ever. We should have never had institutions come in and get involved in crypto and centralize crypto. We should have never had them. But anyway, they're here now. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's focus on the future and let's move on, right? So the way I look at things, I'm like, okay, whatever happened, happened. I'm not bothered about that, right? Let's focus on what people need to do. If everybody wanted to protect themselves from any kind of a global financial devastation, right? Apocalypse level devastation, right? Where everything goes down, right? Your paper money's worth nothing. Like a couple of years ago when India, they said, oh, that particular note is it's useless now. And people were burning it, right? Disgusting. That's what they were doing. That just proves that money is worthless. I mean, nowadays they've got plastic money. What are you gonna do? Wipe your ass with it, wash it, and then wipe it. Just reusable toilet paper. That's what it is, right? I think that's where we're going to. Save the planet, save the Amazon forest, right? You know, not the fact that they're cutting it down. Most of the big companies are actually cutting it out anyway, right? But the point is yeah, save the planet, save the forest, save the everything. What else was there? Yeah, climate change, whatever nonsense, right? Anyway, that's all there. I don't want to go into that stuff. But the point is we've got this situation here where people still have an opportunity, and this is what they miss out. 1 BTC is divisible by 100 million. That means even a Satoshi today, which might be nothing, you might call it dust, right, is worth something if the big shit hits the fan and you get covered in it. Full stop, right? That's how I look at it, at least, right? And this is one of the reasons why I've been very adamant. I've said to everybody, I said, guys, I'm not interested in altcoins. I'm not interested in altcoins. I'm not interested in altcoins. Yes, I might buy some blockchain coins, but I would not buy altcoins. I'm not interested because, again, certain rules, like for example, SEC recently came in and said that Ethereum is a security. Well, what that does is impacts every single ERC20 token built on Ethereum. Do you realize the implication of that? Do you realize how big that is? That's basically 99% of all cryptocurrency in existence. So think about that, right? And I've warned you against this already. I said that's what's going to happen if the regulations come after that. Of course, a lot of people are moving on to other platforms, doing other things. It's fine. Look, if you have the native blockchain coins, then what your risk is far low, because if you look at how many blockchains we have, 600-700 blockchains right now, there has been a lot of forks of other blockchains. So that's why there's about 600-700 blockchains right now. So if you look at that, then you're minimized. Your risk is minimized. You're not part of the current 40,000 coins or current 22 or 23,000 coins that you can see on the coin market cap, for example, or the 40,000 that we know in existence. But of course, there's about 1 million of them out there, right? There's about 1.1 or 1.2 million coins out there. People are pumping out coins every single day to scam people. But we're not even talking about that. All I'm saying is you know, your risk is minimized if you're in only 700 different coins, right? So I am giving you a higher number. I'm not saying 1 or 2. I'm not, you know, being biased towards Bitcoin only. I'm saying, look, put it this way, right? BTC is king, that's fine, right? That's where your majority should be. That's where my majority is. That's where it should always be. However, if you are going to take risk, then you should only take risk in the native cryptocurrencies, not in the ERC20s or other altcoins, right? You know, saying that I'm planning to launch my own ERC20 or comparable coin, but the point is it's not even going to be a coin, right? So the risk is minimized because I don't want to risk my my followers, my viewers, or anybody, my friends and community. I don't want them to risk anything. So I want to do it in such a way that they're not risked, right? That's the whole idea. But majority of those coins out there are many out there who are actually good, genuine projects, right? But there are, I mean, 99.9% of all cryptocurrency that's ever been created, right? Tokens and whatnot are scams, complete scams. So yeah, it's one of those things. You've got to be very, very careful. You've got to watch out what you get yourself into. But yeah, I mean, when did we invite regulations to come and regulate us? They can't even take care of their own US dollar, their own currency, their own fiat system, their own governments, and they come to rule us, which we were supposed to be decentralized. So, I mean, I can go on forever, but I wanted to drop something. If you're watching to the end right now, thank you very much. Do appreciate you watching and listening to me, even though I'm probably going mad. But let's talk about the market right now. So market obviously started pumping when, and I mentioned this on the video yesterday, I said, look, the market started pumping when we were actually expecting the market to go down, because all the indicators, everything pointed that we need to go down on a higher time frame, and even on a lower time frame we were coming to the point where we need to do a market reset, which is fine. So we know that there was some bullish signs with a market reset on a slightly lower time frame, but on a higher time frame we were definitely showing bearish. And you can go and look at the weekly stochastic RSI and RSI and you'll notice what I'm talking about, right? It indicated that we need to come down for a little bit, settle down, and then restart. So that's what we saw. That's the data we had. Now market starts going bullish, but that's only because people are dumping all of their USDT, BUSD, USDC, you name it, any USD pairs they have, and some fiat as well, right? They're throwing some fiat as well. They're dumping it all into BTC because they now understand. A lot of people are now wise enough to understand that, hey guys, altcoin's not the game. Yes, you make money, but Bitcoin is the only one that you can actually potentially save your money, if not even make money. Like today, most people who ever bought it made at least 17%, right? 15, 16%, whatever. So that's what Bitcoin does. It's there, it's a hedge against the current system or any financial collapse. It's definitely a hedge. And I talked about this the other day as well. I said, look, when the money system collapses, you'll notice how the Bitcoin and gold, for example, would pump, right? If fiat collapses, gold is going to pump as well, right? So the same thing happened is, you know, it just proves what I've been talking about all this time. So with me, the way I look at it right now is, yes, we've pumped. We did a lovely pump yesterday. We did a lovely pump today. Good pumps, right? Definitely good pumps, especially in March, right? We don't usually do pumps in March, but obviously that's a freak event, right? Funny thing is we had the last freak event, which was in March as well, which was during the COVID, the pandemic, right? We had the massive freak event, the Black Swan event, which then propelled the market. Same thing looks like it's happening right now, but don't get too excited because it's only day 2, right? And I would look at a higher time frame to see what's going on. So if you're already in it, just huddle tight. You know, if you want to put stop losses or whatever, you can do that. But I think the market has to decide what it wants to do only after it breaks 25k. So after we break the 25k, it's very key level right now. If we can break 25k and stay above, we're fine. However, we can easily be rejected, and if we get rejected, then of course we could come down and look at the lower high levels, which we don't know what it's going to be yet. I mean, it's more, looks like it's more like around the 22k mark, which is fine, right? I don't even care if it goes all the way to 18k, it doesn't matter, right? We need 25k to be broken. Once we break 25k, then we need to test the 28k, 30k, XYZ. That's what we're looking for. That gives us the momentum. That gives us more hope that we're going to be more positive and more bullish in the long run, right? Because short run, yes, we had a pump in a day. So what? We go up 50% in a day. Who cares? We come down 50% in a day. Who cares? It's usual. It's normal for crypto, right? We don't care. We go up to $3 trillion and then we come back down to 1 trillion. It's okay, right? You know, currently, like, I mean, what, yesterday, day before yesterday, we were sitting at 900. Think about that. We were sitting at $900 billion, right? So when you look at this, it's nothing. You know, we went to $1 trillion, guys. We went to $3 trillion and we came down, and people don't even notice this. That's what we were able to do. You know, we have cryptocurrencies that dropped 99.9% and we're still here, right? We're still smiling. That's the most important thing, right? You know, do your trades, do, you know, your buys, whatever you're going to do it right. Yeah, just, you know, stay calm. That's the most important thing. Just stay calm, stay chilled. and you know, let's see where it goes. But ultimately, as I said, none of this matters, right? I mean, it doesn't matter. We have to get the confirmations, right? Most importantly, we have to get the confirmation regarding the 25k. So we need to go above the 25k, spend a couple of days there, hopefully stay above, and when we stay above, then we can start creating the new highs. That's what we need. Ultimately, the trend is not finished yet. Trend is still your friend until the end, and we're still in a slight downward trend. We need the 35k in order to confirm that the market is in full reversal mode. Until 35k, we are not reversed at all, because that doesn't flip the trend, right? Think about it like a W, right? So you've come all the way down, you've come to the middle point, you might actually come down again, and then you might shoot up. So we need actually a V recovery. So above 35, if we start shooting from 35, that would be a V for us on a mega time frame, a V. If not, then we might end up doing a W, might get a rejection around the 35k, come back down a little bit, and then find another leg and then move up again. So whatever the case is, this is a longer time frame situation. Don't get excited over a single day. Don't go running into all the altcoins. Don't go opening your leverage trades, your long trades, your shorts, whatever. Don't do that. Just buy your spots, hodl tight, watch what happens. So any altcoins or whatever blockchain coins you want to buy, deal with it. Now, talking about blockchain, I want to add this one as well. So those of you who follow me on Discord, right? So you probably noticed I briefly kind of hinted towards something today. I said, look, I bought a couple of hours ago, actually it's true, a couple of hours ago, I actually bought some crypto.com coin, Crow coin. Now, why did I buy Crow coin? It's actually to do with KuCoin, right? So I'm looking at what's currently happening in the market, and all of the situations, like Binance has dramas as well. So a lot of the people can't get money in from Binance into Binance. Sorry, you can't send fiat to Binance. There's a whole load of drama there. KuCoin, you can't send fiat anyway, so that's another drama there. So you got all of these dramas going on, right? People want to buy, they can't buy. And then on top of that, all sorts of other dramas. Anyway, so cut the long story short, Binance has its problems, all right? KuCoin has its problems right now with the regulations and everything. So I think a lot of funds are going to move over, and then I had to kind of do my kind of assess where would they go to. So I saw that BCB payments is what crypto.com uses. So that means a lot of people may actually jump onto crypto.com right now. And if you want, actually put my link below so you can do some referrals or whatnot. Actually, no, I'm not bothered. But the point is look, so crypto.com, they will probably be the next platform to come in, because they are heavily regulated, right? Again, look, regulation, when did we give regulation to them? Anyway, forget that. That's not the point, right? The point is they have a active banking system. I use their banking system daily, right? I actually spend my crypto from them as well, because I've been trying them out for the last couple of months, and they're pretty good, right? Because I used to use Coinbase and other platforms, but now I'm starting to like crypto.com, and Coinbase is also really good as well. They don't even charge any fees anymore now. So brilliant, right? So 0 fees for spending. Fantastic. So crypto.com's good. I like that. So I thought, okay, if they're coming on and KuCoin gets dumped, because KCS, right, KuCoin coin could get dumped. If it does, then I see a lot of people, or at least a proportion, a portion of people would actually move over to crypto.com, because it is getting a lot better. The app is still crap, right? It's still hard to use. For example, I wanted to sell something today. You can only sell to a specific number of coins. There's no trading options, right? For that, you have to go to a different, like, what the hell's wrong with you people? Just sort it out. Just get one app. Let us do everything in one app. So anyway, forget that. So I bought some crypto.com coin because of that, because I think money's going to be moving in and it's going to start pumping that network as well. So for that reason, it's just kind of a strategical move. It's like, okay, I'm on KuCoin, I've lost money on KuCoin, and KuCoin might have all sorts of dramas. They might have a whole bunch of delisting. So if that's the case, then where would these coins move into? I can only think of other big exchanges they could move into. So any one of them could be, like, it could be Bybit, it could be OKX, it could be Huobi, or if Huobi's still there, it could be Kraken, it could be Binance, it could be Coinbase, and it could be crypto.com. And crypto.com does have a plethora of shitcoins on the exchange, so I think they could be most likely one people come in, and it's actually a lot easy to get the fiat currency in and out as well. So that's one of the reasons why I think that may be the case. But yeah, I think crypto.com just needs to sort their shit out, especially with the apps. Honestly, just why do we need 2 different apps for it? Stupid. Just make it simple, make it easy. Look at your peers, look at how they're doing it. You can do the same thing. If you have an app where it moves one to another, why can't you just stick another page in there and have the trading there? I don't see a reason why not. So unless there's some sort of a secret regulatory reason behind it, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but that's what's going on anyway. So that was the reason why I actually bought some crypto.com coin, because I think it might have a good potential to pump. Of course, as soon as I bought it, I stuck it in their supercharger. It's earning me some Ethereum or some shit like that today, so I don't care, leave it there. When that thing, because they do these supercharger things every now and then, I'll get it. So I'm not fussed about the coin, right? I'm up like 10, 11%, 12% since I bought it. I don't really care. That none of that makes any difference to me. It's a very small amount, but the point is I bought it just because of that. And then the other fact is that one is currently down 95%. So from its all-time high to now, it's about 95%. It's down. So basically just the strategical things like, okay, it's down 95% from all-time high. If the market decides to pump, then I can pick this up, and if I've bought it at 95% discount and it goes back to its all-time high, I just made 95%. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I'm looking at it. If you do the maths on this 95%, I don't know, it's like God knows how many 100%, right? It's a ridiculous amount. It's like 1,000% or something, but that's what it is. So there are some strategical moves I've made past couple of weeks as well. You know, this is hilarious, but I've been buying up DOT, I've been buying up Ethereum, BTC, and recently obviously Crow. All of these are strategical, right? It had nothing to do with where the market is, what the trend is, you know, what the momentum is. None of that. It's just, okay, I've got a whole a stash of cash. I just want to chuck them in. I don't need it, so I'm going to chuck it in, see where it takes me, right? That's what I've done, right? And then today I did the strategical move. I'm like, okay, KuCoin doesn't look nice. Let me dump it in there. So that's what's going on. I hope this video is informative. I know there's been a few bits and bobs here and there, a bit of garble here and there, but let's see where it goes. Other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna catch you on another one. Also, you can join the Discord community. I don't know if the links, I'm gonna put the link in the bottom or not. I'll just upload this straight away. So the link is usually on the top of the channel somewhere in the corner. If you go to the link about page or something like this, there's a section there. You can find all the info there. And also, I've got to change a lot of this stuff. The channel itself, got to revamp it a little bit. But yeah, I'll sort things out when I get time. Can't be bothered. Just been busy. But yeah, I hope everybody stays well. And I just do understand that, yes, we are pumping. I hope you're already in, right? If you're not in, don't FOMO. What goes up will come down, and what goes down will go up. And that's the rules we follow, full stop, right? But one thing we have to always make sure is that we don't panic. The worst thing you could do is panic. When you panic, you lose, full stop, right? Everybody that's panicking is losing. You know, the US dollar industry or whatever, the global currency industry loses a few billion, boom, everyone's panicking, they're doing bank runs, right? We lose 2 trillion and we're sitting here, we're fine, right? That's the difference, right? Because our asset is our assets. The only difference is the valuation changed. 1 BTC equals to 1 BTC. Right? 1 Ethereum equals to 1 Ethereum. Very simple maths. So that you cannot change, right? So this is one of the reasons why we never lose. They always do. And then they always come back and we always make more money from them. So that's how it works. So patience, guys. Everything will be fine. And of course, no financial advice. Whatever I do or say here is just purely for entertainment reasons, nothing else. And sometimes, yeah, just entertainment, nothing else. Adios, my amigos. I'll see you on another one very soon. Thank you.